Alright, so here we are live. Good evening once again, everybody. And today we'll be looking at a basic CV and resume writing for freelancing gigs. This is an important aspect of this training because for every job that you are proposing for, or every job that you'll be bidding for, you'll be expected to submit alongside your proposal a copy of your CV. A CV is a curriculum vitae or a copy of your resume. Okay, and we'll quickly look at the basics of CV writing. I will not go so professional because when it comes to freelancing, it is not much of your professionalism, if I've used that word, or your qualifications per se, but more of the skill and how you could put all those qualifications to use. That is what is most important in freelancing. So we'll ask ourselves, what is your CV and what's a resume? Like we have on our screen, I said a CV and resume is a very vital document. Aside our freelancers profile, which we would all be signed up for by tomorrow. Aside our freelancers profile that tells a client some things about us, but particularly about our job experiences. In other words, the CV that you present to your client tells your client about your job experiences and the basic things that they need to know about you, which shows that you're actually qualified for a job. Alright? However, many freelancers commit a common error in freelancing. Okay, the reason why I had to bring this aspect of CV creation into this training is because from my experience and from other people that I've helped train, I discovered that they commit a common error. There's a common error among virtually all freelancers, or perhaps virtually among many who do not know this trick or secrets, as the case may be. And what do? They submit just one CV for all their job applications. As somebody's mic is not muted, BB, I'm muting you right away. Okay. So, as I was saying, I said the common error that is very prominent among many freelancers is that whenever they are submitting a particular CV for jobs, they end up submitting just one CV, and in fact they submit the same CV for every job. That is already shooting yourself on the foot, because ordinarily a particular CV is supposed to be targeted to a particular job, because whenever you watch out for job descriptions of different job openings, you discover that their job descriptions are not the same. They may be similar, but they are not the same. They are not the same because you are not applying to the same company. They are not the same because it is not the same recruiter that is doing the recruitment process for whatever company it is or whatever client it is that you are applying to. Okay, so for that reason, you are supposed to tailor your CV or your resume to be targeted to the job description of whatsoever job that it is that you are applying for. All right. So in addition, it says that many freelancers commit a common error in freelancing by submitting just one CV for all their gigs proposal, and this ends up yielding no result. Of course, if your CV that you're submitting for a particular job does not match the job description, it's an automatic no for the recruiter. What do I mean? You cannot be applying for a position of customer service, for instance, or the position of an accountant, for instance, and you have a CV that bears the skill of an engineer. It doesn't work that way. So before you apply to any job, and this is very crucial, before you apply to any job on Upwork or on any other freelancing website, you want to take time to study the job description. Excuse me, let me accept this person into the tutorial. Okay, so you want to take time to study the job description and ensure that your CV is tailored to that exact job that you are applying for. Now, many of you will be asking me, Does it mean that for every job that I'm to apply for, I would need to start crafting the CV from the beginning? No. Actually, there's a trick and there's a way around that. And I'll be showing us that in a few minutes time. Somebody's mic is disturbing and I would like to mute that person. Sorry, excuse me, just give me a few minutes. Oh my god, I lost the network. Oh, shit. We continue. I was saying that in this training we shall see in practice some common ways to craft a general CV and duplicate it to suit any job that we wish to apply for, okay, or we wish to apply to. So without wasting much time and without further ado, let's get rolling. So I'll be showing us some of my CVs that I have been using over time to apply for different international jobs, and then we'll take it up from there. Right here is my general CV, okay? So what are the elements of a CV to begin with? The element of a CV, like I told us, I am not teaching a CV like a professional in the sense that I'm not teaching it for you to use to apply to, should I say, regular professional jobs in that sense, but I'm teaching this the way it appeals to freelancers, okay? Because for freelancing jobs, the people who will be recruiting you for the various jobs, or the people who would want you to work for them, they are not professional recruiters in that sense. What I mean is, many of them would want you to work for them as individuals, not as a company, okay? However, that does not negate the fact that there are companies who would also be looking out for employees to employ, alright? However, many of the people you'll be meeting on freelancing websites are individuals, and most of these individuals have no skill whatsoever in human resource management, okay? So when you're writing a CV to them, do not let your CV be more than 2 pages. Because I know there are some of us here who have professional experiences that will make our CV span into even 7 pages. It will be too boring for any freelancing gig. Okay, so you want to make sure that you make it a little compact and readable. Just let the most important things go in and take out whatever is not necessary for that job description. Alright, so without wasting much time, let's quickly look at some elements that we will be needing for our CVs. Of course, the very first vital element in your CV is your name, boldly written. You can use my template if you want, and you can craft a different template if you are not pleased with what you see.
I'm the only one though. Today update.
Papa, we are not hearing you. Your network is breaking, please.
You can't hear me?
Your network is breaking.
Oh no.
Yes, exactly that you say this started breaking.
Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, no problem. I'll repeat what I said. I said that for freelancing gigs, okay, that there are some important elements that your CV should have, and that many people you'll be working with on the freelancing gig.
Got that.
You got that?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I'll just continue with the elements of the CV then. Are we together?
Yes.
Alright, great.
I think that guy can know further.
Okay, that's fine. So I said the most important element of your CV is your name, boldly written. And before I continue, is there someone else who cannot hear me clearly? Because I can hear some noise in the background and it's distracting me. Can we continue?
He's dead there. I don't know what he's saying. Try to ask. I don't know.
Who's that? Let me quickly attend to her. Who's the person? BB, is there a problem?
Oh,
Hello?
sorry.
Thank you. All right, so back to the CV. I said, for the record, this is what I refer to as my general CV. Okay, this is my general CV, and what I mean by that is this is a CV that contains all the job experiences that I have had. Okay, even though it needs to be updated because there are some new jobs that I took up that I'm yet to update on the CV. So, however, this is just like a template that you can use to craft yours. And another thing that I would like to make mention to us is that there are online softwares. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, that you could use to craft your CV. Okay, so if you probably go to Google and type in CV creator, something like that, you will see so many of them, templates that have been created. All you need to do is answer some few questions, and then it automatically generates a CV for you. But I don't advise you to use that. Alright, I don't advise you to use that. However, if you want to, I consider it to be a lazy man's approach. So you want to take the pain to craft a CV that suits you and the job that you're applying for. Alright, so the elements of a CV, the first thing is your name, boldly written. Okay, boldly written, just as you see on my CV presented on my screen here. Excuse me, let me accept this person. Alright, so the name on your CV should be boldly written, and in fact it should be the boldest written word or words on your CV. Okay, thereafter you would need to write out your address. Alright, now the number of your street is not really necessary, okay, or the number of your residence is not necessary. Just put in your address. And if you are to apply for an international job, your address should always end with the country where you are residing or where you are resident. Alright, but of course, if it's a job that is within a particular country, you could just end your address with the state of the country. Thereafter, two vital things that is prominent now in CVs that are recently being generated in our time is your email and your LinkedIn profile. Alright, your LinkedIn profile is very key. Reason is that many companies and many individuals now, that was why, if you remember from the beginning of this training, I told us to ensure that we create a LinkedIn account, because it is like a social media, no doubt about that, but it's a special kind of social media that is targeted or that is specially crafted or created for professionals. Okay, so many companies are very fond of searching up a new recruit. If you are applying to a new company, for instance, any company, their HRs or whoever it is that is recruiting you, may, not compulsory, but the tendency is very high, they may want to check you up on LinkedIn to see exactly what you have in stock, or whether what you're telling them on your CV correlates with what you have on your LinkedIn profile. So you want to take time. I already gave us some hints on what to do on our LinkedIn account, and I also told us a particular course or video that we could watch on LinkedIn to learn how to optimize our LinkedIn profiles. So if you do not have a LinkedIn account, I would advise that you quickly get yourself started with one. Alright, so your email address and your LinkedIn profile address should be clickable. Okay, it should be clickable. What do I mean by clickable? If you're writing this, mind you, this is in PDF format. If you're writing this in okay, let me just bring out the document, the Word format, so that we'll see exactly what we're talking about. Just give me a few minutes. This is another though. This is another, but I would just want to use it to show us what I mean by making your links clickable. While that is loading, let me just continue. Once it's loaded, I'll get back to it. So what I meant by making your link clickable from your CV is that after you have written your emails and your LinkedIn profile account, you can see whenever I hover my mouse around this profile and this email address, it can automatically take me to a web browser once I click on it. That is what it means to make your link clickable, and I'll be showing us how to do that, such that once I click on this link now, I'm clicking on the link, watch what happens. As soon as I click on it, it automatically takes me to a web browser. It's loading actually. It automatically takes me to a web browser. You see, it's asking me, do I want to open the link via my web browser? I'll say allow, and then it opens up my web browser for me. And this is how it's easier for your recruiter. It makes it easy for your recruiter to access your LinkedIn profile without necessarily needing to copy and paste your profile. Okay, I hope we are still together, or have I lost connection? Are we still together? Somebody confirm that. Hello, are we still together? Are we still together? Somebody confirm.
Yeah.
Did you hear everything I have said so far?
Yes, we did. I did.
Okay. I just needed to confirm that. Thank you. All right. So this is open at the moment. So this is what I meant by making your link clickable. There are two ways you could make your links clickable. The first method is simply writing out your email. Watch me do this. I don't know why this is just hanging here and there. Okay, just watch me do this in a few minutes. Alright, so for instance, I want to add an email. Watch this. I want to add an email to this CV. Okay, and I want the email to be a clickable link. Alright, so I say email, and then I write out my email, mapanvino@gmail.com. You see that as soon as I am done writing my email, I click on spacebar. Once I click on spacebar, it automatically changes to a clickable link, and that is usually the easiest way to make your link a clickable one. I'm hoping that is very understood. The alternative is to look for the link insert button or the link insert icon, but that will be a longer process. Okay, you have to look for where you have link insert around your Word document, somewhere around here, but I don't think I would have the time to start searching for that. However, this is the easiest method. Okay, just type in your email, and once you're done, click on spacebar. It automatically makes the email a clickable link. The same thing with your LinkedIn account. Alright, the same thing with your LinkedIn account, and that also applies to every website that you may need to add to your CVs. If there is any URL account or whatever it is that has to do with a website that you need to add to your CV, it automatically makes it a clickable link. So after I had clicked on my LinkedIn profile, this is what it brought out. Okay, so it makes it easier for a recruiter to have access to your LinkedIn account without necessarily having to copy and paste your profile on a different URL. So this is the effect of what it means to make your LinkedIn account or whatever URL you have on your CV a clickable link. So let's return to what we were doing. So this is where we stopped. I said make sure your email address and your LinkedIn account is a clickable link. And thereafter, the next item or the next element you want to include in your CV is your mobile number. Okay, your mobile number. I know many of us have all the networks in Nigeria, but that's not necessary. Just put in one mobile number that you could be reached on. Okay, and in the case of, in fact, in every case, I advise that you start your number with the +234 code. That is the Nigerian code. Okay, and once your number starts with +234, then you omit the first 0 of the 11 digits of your number. Okay, so my number, for instance, is 07033778324. That is 11 digits, the Nigerian system. But when you're to write this number on your CV, it is advisable that you start with the Nigerian code, especially when it is to be used to apply for an international job. Okay, because if an international person wants to contact you and does not know your code and dials the normal Nigerian number, the person might not be able to get you. Okay, because the code will be routed around the country where the person is. So you want to make sure that your mobile number on your CV begins with the country code +234, just as you can see on my screen. So the next thing I want to quickly look at is your career objective. The career objective is also something that others refer to as your mission or personal statement, something like that. But I just go with the word career objective. Your career objective is where you give a summary of who you are, what you have to offer, and possibly how you hope to get that done. Okay, so it's just a summary of what you are offering to a client or to a particular company that you are applying to. And your career objective rather, upon being read, should be able to give your client or whoever it is that is your recruiter, you should be able to give them a sense of what you can offer to them. And it should also give an insight to other things that your CV contains. The reality is this: there are so many CVs to be read, even on Upwork accounts and on other freelancing websites. Just like your average Nigerian employment settings, you are not the only person applying for jobs. Okay, and so the first few paragraphs of your career objective will determine whether the recruiter will continue looking at your CV or just trash it in the bin. So you want to ensure that you are crafty and you are skillful with the words you choose when you're crafting a CV. Alright, make sure your career objective is very concise, precise, short, and direct to the point. There's no need beating around the bush. One other thing I would like to mention on this very perspective of writing your career objective is that your career objective should not be so much about yourself, okay, than it should be about the things or the skills that you can offer. I've watched so many people whom I have helped correct their CVs write so much about what they have. I am this, I am this, I am that, I am that. Your employer is not even bothered about what you have, but rather they are more interested in what they could get out of what you are offering. So it should be benefit centered and not I centered. If that is understood, then that should give us a sense of what I have been talking about. Sorry, excuse me, let me accept this person. I told us earlier that it won't do us good to come late to trainings because it keeps taking me back and forth. Alright, so we return to what we're discussing, which is this. Sorry, not this. Okay, here we are. So in my case, I don't want to start reading my CVs out because that would take a lot of time. So this is what I have on my career objective. And then there's a little tweak to my own career objective, which I learned from a professional HR. What is that? It is adding a testimonial of a satisfied client, okay? A testimonial of satisfied client, or a testimonial of probably your former boss or somebody you have worked with or worked for, okay? Get a testimonial from them, and it should be in their exact words. All right. In other words, you could just ask anybody. It could be your boss, it could be your colleague, it could be anybody at all that you have worked with or worked for. Ask them to give you a review of your professional experience. Okay. In my case, I worked with the vice chairman of Etiosa local government, Lagos Island, and I did some couple of jobs for her. And then I asked her for a review. And so what she gave me as a review is what I included here on my career objective. Okay, so that should be the last part. It's not compulsory. Many CVs don't even have it. Okay, but it is like a testimonial of a satisfied client. And over time, it has helped me actually. When someone reads through this and sees what a satisfied client has written about me, it gives them a sense to want to continue reading through what other things I may have on my CV. All right, so that is that for career objective. And if you're including this to your career objective, you want to ensure that you include the name of the person who gave you this review, and if possible, you want to include their LinkedIn profile. Okay, you could even make them, if you don't want to include their LinkedIn profile, right underneath. That is, if the person is not the same person that is acting as your reference. Okay, you could just simply include, if you have their LinkedIn profile, you could include it underneath here. All right, that gives you an edge as well. But if the person is the same person serving as your reference, then you could skip that and take that LinkedIn profile of an addition to the last part of your CV. Okay, so that said, we move to the next thing, which is professional experience. Remember, I told us that we are not looking at CV in a holistic perspective. We are looking at it in the way that appeals to our freelancing jobs. So what you are learning here might be different from what you already know. So just take this learning to be that which is needed for your freelancing career. So that said, under professional experience, you want to bring in here relevant skills that mostly correlates or correspond to the job that you are applying for. Okay, for instance, this is a general CV. Remember, I said that, and I expect that everybody should have a general CV. What I mean by a general CV, like I said earlier in this class, is that it is a CV that contains every of your job experience. In fact, everything that concerns your professional career, all right, should enter into your general CV. Whether you have worked as an engineer, you have worked as a sales rep, you have worked as a customer service, or whatever it is that you have worked as, provided this is a job that you have done, let it go into your general CV. Okay, now your general CV is a CV that you should update regularly. As you continue to acquire skills, as you continue to do different jobs for different people, you should continue updating your CVs. That is your general CV, so that from your general CV you can begin to craft out specialized or individual CVs, and I'll be showing us how to do that. Okay, so your general CV is what I am showing you. My general CV particularly is what I am showing us, and then after that I'll quickly show us how to diversify this CV into different professionals and professions, so that it could suit whatever job that we are to apply for. So in this case, the first thing that I am bringing up on my general CV is the most recent job, as at the time I crafted the CV. Okay, the most recent job was a job I had with a company that I co-founded called Market Quadrant, actually. but a subsidiary of the company is, sorry about this, a subsidiary of the company is Gaia Limited. Okay, so the name of the company should be written boldly, and then the location where the company is, you can see that. And of course, you want to include the country where that company is resident, because, or if rather, you are applying for an international job. Okay, so they want to know which country it is that you have worked for. All right, so in this case, the name of the company comes in boldly written, alongside the location of the company, also bold in text. Thereafter, you want to write the role you occupied. In my case, I am the co-founder, or I am a co-founder of that company, and I also doubled as the vice president of sales in that company. All right, and this spanned from December 2020 until present. Okay, now after that, you want to put in a bullet format the different job descriptions that you underwent while occupying this role. Okay, the various job descriptions that you took part in. All right, put them in bullet format, and once you are done, you continue to the next job experience that you have. Now, something is very crucial amongst those who are recruiting. Some people think they are smart, and so they want to deliberately omit dates when it comes to writing out their CVs. Okay, so you want to make sure that the dates are in concordance with each other. They are correlating. One date continues another. What I mean by that is, if I said in this first instance that I started this job December 2020, then it means that the previous job may or may not, mark my words, may or may not have ended November of 20, on November of 2020. This is a mistake here, sorry. November of 2020. Okay, November of 2020, that should be when, or rather, sorry, this is October. Yeah, there's a discrepancy here. I started this October and I started this December. That was because I was doubling on different jobs. Okay, but what I was trying to explain to us is this: there are some persons who they end a particular job in June, for instance. Just take for instance, this is June 2020. Okay, you started this job, say, from January 2020 to June 2020, and then your next job begins December 2020. A professional recruiter will want you to explain what happens between July 2020 to November 2020 before you got this job. Okay, so you want to gear yourself up when you are concerned about dates, whether you're doing it deliberately to omit dates or you are being sincere about it. Just ensure that whatever you're writing is something that you can defend. That is the bottom line of everything I've been saying. All right, so that said, this is just the format you would use from here to here. Is the same format you would use to write out all your job experiences. Okay, the name of the company comes first. The location of the company comes just in front of the name of the company, not together. Some persons include it together and separate it with a comma. I don't advise that. Separate it out and let it look the way it is here. Thereafter, immediately under the name of the company should be your role, that is the role you occupied while in that company. You can see in this case, part-time salesman. Okay, and in front of that role should be the duration of time when you worked in that role. It could be in the same company, but make sure you give them the duration. Even if you change role eventually, give them the same company, different roles, and the exact duration of time you worked in that role. Thereafter, you simply in a bulleted format, put in the various description of the task you were able to accomplish under that role that you occupied. And that is how you continue to fill out all your job experiences. Always begin with the most recent first, and then you trace it downwards to whenever it was that you started your job. Okay, so you could see from my screen, all these are different job experiences that I have had over the years, down till the very first. Okay, and that was why I said this is the general CV. Now if you watch this CV, you will see that the jobs that I wrote out here are not just jobs from one industry. What I mean by one industry is this. Watch this. The first job I had was a teaching job, which was immediately after my secondary school. The next one was my IT as an engineer, and the next one, another engineering job with an electrical company. The next one was my NYSC, which was a teaching job. The next one was an engineering job with Sahara actually, and then that was with I worked with a subsidiary which was Ikeja Electric when it was still PHCN, when it was PHCN rather, not NEPA. And thereafter, this is a different industry altogether, not related to teaching, not related to engineering, but this is digital marketing. Okay, and here sales, here also co-founder and sales. So you see that these job experiences are quite scattered, and that is why I refer to them as general CV. Okay, because the general CV should hold all the job experiences that you have had over the years. All right, now the next thing that we'll be looking at is your educational qualification and certifications. Now this is where you put in all your educational qualifications, your degree if you're a graduate. You want to, even those LinkedIn courses that I insisted that everybody should take part in, this is where you put them in. Okay, they should all find their way into this place. You can see the last time I left school was in 2015, UNN. Okay, now if I had not taken all these courses that I took on LinkedIn, and I even have taken some others more that I'm still going to update here. Now, if I had not taken all these courses, imagine that the only thing I have under educational qualification and certification is my university degree certificate, which is 2015. 2015 to 2021, that's virtually almost over 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. And 2022 getting to 7 years. So imagine that I did not have any other professional certifications like I had here. An employer or a recruiter who comes to this section and only sees that all I have is my university degree certificate, which ended in 2015, will consider me to be unserious. Because you will be wondering, does it mean that since 2015 you have not even taken time to upgrade your skill or update your knowledge? So that is why it is important that you take courses so that it can both give you an edge when you are presenting yourself outside, and it could also boost your CV to show that you are consistently updating your knowledge and your skill. So you want to ensure that if you have not been taking your courses on LinkedIn, this is where it becomes handy for you. Okay, so how do you go about writing down your educational qualification and your certifications? I'll begin with the last, which is my university degree. So this is how it goes. The name of the degree, okay, that you got. In my case, Bachelor of Engineering, B-Engine, in electronics. Okay, and then you can give the title of the degree, which is a degree certificate awarded by the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Thereafter, the country where that degree was awarded, and then the year when you got the degree. This is for degrees, okay, recognized degrees of institutions. But when it comes to certifications, what do? You put in the name of the training or the name of the certificate that you acquired, okay, followed by the institute or the management or whoever it was that awarded the certificate. In this case, this is a Slack essential training, and it was certificate of completion awarded by LinkedIn Learning, okay, and the year of the certificate is 2021. All right, there are some others here: customer service, problem solving and troubleshooting. Remember, if you have been taking courses on LinkedIn, you would boldly see the name of the course you are taking. It is the name of the course that you are taking that should come in here. Name of the course you're taking should come in here, rather. And then which institute awarded that course. For some of you, you must have figured out that there are some certificates that you got from LinkedIn that had more than one institution awarding the certificate. So in this case, you want to split them up. For instance, here, this is Customer Service Foundations, and this is also Customer Service Foundations. It was the same course I took, but the exam that I took after the course on LinkedIn gave me three different certificates on the same course. And then here you split them all up. So after the name of the course, you want to give out the name of the institute that awarded the certificate. In this case, certificate of completion awarded by the National Association of State Boards of Accountants in NASBA, and then the year that the certificate was awarded. So that is just the template with which you write out your professional certifications and your degree certifications. Okay, before I continue, I'd like someone to confirm that I have not been speaking to myself.
You have been with us.
All right, great. Thank you. So the next thing I want to look at is your core skills. Now, some persons usually bring these core skills to come after their career objective. Okay, some persons bring the core skill immediately after career objective, but I don't encourage that. Okay, even though, mind you, there's a difference between CV and resume. Okay, but that is not within the scope of what you're teaching now. I'm just giving us a template to work with so that we could craft ours. All right, so, but for now,
We are here with me.
I can't hear you. What did you say? Are you talking to me? Okay. So after that, we want to look at your core skills. Under your core skills, you want to mention both your hard skill and your soft skill. As many of them as you have, mention them. But always put your best foot forward. Somebody is disturbing us at the background. Please mute your microphone. Thank you. We're back to this. So I said, under your core skills, you want to ensure that you mention your hard skills and your soft skills. Okay, however, always put your best foot forward. What do I mean by your best foot forward? Put in those things that you are very strong at. For instance, in my case, I had to bring in the core skills that I have, that is the technical skills. The first one here is I'm comfortable use of business communication tools like Google Suite, Microsoft Suite, Zoom, Trello, Zendesk, HubSpot, Slack, Asana, and so on. Okay. Expert management of various social media platforms and social media advertising, and so on and so forth. All right. So probably while you're watching the replay of this video, you could take your time to go through all this. And in addition to that, I will be dropping a template, just one of my CVs, as a template for us to use in the class to craft your own CV. And I hope that will help us out. So after your core skills, like I said, your core skills should not just be your soft skill or your tech skills. Okay, it should be a combination of all, but don't make it so lengthy that it becomes so boring. Just give them the vital ones that correlate or corresponds to the job description you are applying for. But mind you, this is a general CV, so you can make it as lengthy as possible, because a general CV is not a CV that you should submit, okay, to any company at all. Rather, it should be a personal CV from where you can create other CVs, which I'll be showing us how to do that in a few moments to come. So after your core skills, you want to put in any other additional information. Some persons use these as hobbies, but of course, who is interested in your hobbies? Okay, so just use additional information, and if you want to insist on using hobbies to replace this, then make sure it is something that gives you that acts as an addendum to what you have proposed earlier in your CV. What I mean by that, whatever you are adding as an information should be something that supports other things that you have written before this very part of your CV. Look at what I included here. My entire career has been driven by my passion for reading and learning, because it keeps me up to date with new trends and industry changes, and of course innovations. Okay, this is a follow-up of my educational experiences. Okay, it shows that I consistently and continuously update my skills by taking professional courses to ensure that I keep myself up to date with industry experiences and trends. So the same thing here. The next one, I enjoy engaging my tech support communities, as I tend to draw inspirations and encouragement from like minds. This simply proves that I am a tech person, which is also a support to what I have here under my core skills. Okay, so you want to ensure that whatever you are adding, and mind you, this part is not compulsory, you can actually skip it if you don't want to include it. Okay, but it's like the part that gives you the leverage to say in a professional way things that you probably do not have the privilege to have included because of the kind of heading that they have here. Alright, for instance, you want to talk about your hobbies, but you could actually do that in a professional way under your additional information, because ordinarily hobbies can not go into any of these that we have touched. All your hobbies cannot come under your core skills, neither can it come under your educational qualification. So you see, it can't come under your job experiences. So the best place to actually talk about your hobbies in a professional sense is under this category, which is additional information. Take for instance this last one here. I said I love to teach and train others, which have helped me build a teamwork spirit among my colleagues. So you see, this is like a hobby for me. I teach, and then there's a way I put it here, and then it further helps me to do what? To partner as a team with my colleagues and other people that I may have to work with. So this alone gives the employer, or whoever it is that is a recruiting manager, a sense that I have a team spirit when it comes to a working environment. Alright, so other categories up there might not give me the privilege to have included this some way. So lastly, we have our reference. Now there's something that's very common among people when it comes to references. Okay, many CVs have a funny thing under their references, and what is that? They tell you sorry, excuse me. They tell you references are available on demand. Please don't do that. If you do that, you're shooting yourself on the foot. Provide references. And how do you provide your references? You give the name of the reference. There's no point putting the phone number of the reference. It's not necessary. Give the name of the reference. Give the occupation of that reference whose name you have provided. And then, if possible, you could give the email address. In fact, I recommend that. Put in the email address of the reference. And if the reference has a LinkedIn profile, give the LinkedIn profile of that reference as well. So these 4 things should make up your reference. Omit the phone number, that is not necessary. And where the person does not have a LinkedIn profile, you could substitute that with their social media account where they are very active on. Okay, the reason I'm saying this is because many recruiters will take their time to research who your references are. So you want to be very keen about your references and let your references be people that can speak positive things about you. Because when they search up your references, they may want to go as far as investigating and even asking them questions about you. So this is basically a complete template of what your CV should look like. Okay. However, I told us that this is a general CV. So what should a specialized CV look like? Now follow me. Let's show us other CVs that were crafted out of this general CV. Okay. So the first one I'll be showing us is a sales CV. This is a CV I crafted because I wanted to apply for a sales job. So all I did was simply copy my name, okay, my address, the way it was written in my general CV. In fact, the first part of my CV, which is the personal details, down to my phone number, I just copied that and pasted on a fresh page. Okay, and then I copied my career objective. I'm showing us exactly how to break down our CV to appeal to individual jobs that we may be applying for. Once that is done, you want to copy your professional experience. However, when you're copying your professional experience, make sure that you tweak. This is where the word tweak comes in. You tweak your CV to match the job description that was posted. Okay, because most of the jobs that you'll be seeing on freelancing websites, they will have a detailed descriptions. Okay, and then you look at those descriptions and try to tailor your CV to match those descriptions. We'll be seeing that from tomorrow when we will look at various jobs that we'll be seeing on a freelancing website. So in this case, this is a sales job that I'm applying for. So I had to craft my CV to appeal to the sales description or job description. So in this case, you can see I use co-founder and vice president of sales, which is the same thing in my general CV. Here again, I use part-time salesman, okay, which is the same thing on my general CV. But here, I left it as founder and digital marketing specialist. However, I ensured that the job descriptions or the task that I defined were sales targeted. Let me show us what I mean. When you look at my general CV, this is my general CV. Let's go down to the third job experience. This is the third job experience. We look at the third job experience. There's some few things I want to point out here. Back to the sales. Not the third, sorry, the fourth rather. The fourth job experience, please. The fourth job experience. This is the general CV. Look at what I have here. The fourth job experience, I worked as an engineer actually. Okay, so on my general CV, it showed that I was a field engineer. Okay, but on my sales CV, what I had to change that to was what? A sales rep. Okay, this is not lying, it is simply tweaking. And what do I mean by tweaking? You're tweaking the job you did to appeal to the job description that you're applying for. Now, if you follow the task closely, look at it, let's read it together so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about. I consciously identified wrong metering connections and I escalated energy theft situations among customers. Now let me describe exactly what I did as a field engineer here. It was what you people will refer to as NEPA job, but of course I was not a technician, I was an engineer in this case. So we went from localities to localities, looking out for different metering. Okay, we look at your meter, and then we look at whether or not you have tried to bypass the energy meter. Because, for instance, most welders are very guilty of this. They try to tap light directly from the NEPA pole, okay, instead of tapping light from their meter. The difference is this: if you tap light from your NEPA pole, it will not read in your meter. So the light you are using directly from the pole, you don't get to pay for it. But if you're tapping the light directly from your meter, the meter reads the quantity of energy you have consumed, and then you get to pay for that. Okay, so what I did as a field engineer was to look out for those who we are bypassing. We call it energy bypass. So we're looking out for those who are bypassing this meter, and of course we are going from house to house. All right, so this was exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did as a field engineer. But now I am applying for a sales job, and I also need this work experience to appear in my CV. So how do I tailor this job that I did to appear as if it is a sales job? That was exactly what I had to tweak when it comes to the sales rep. Now look at what I did here. I said sales rep. That was the job role I used, instead of using field engineer as it was in the other case. Now you might not really notice the difference here. Let's look at another CV. Every other thing remains the same. It was just the job description that had a little tweak on them. Okay, every other thing remained the same. Let me show us my other CV, which was for customer service. I think that will be more elaborate. I don't know why it's not coming up here, but let me bring it up. Give me a few minutes, please. Yeah, here we go. It's coming up. Let's give it a few minutes. Yeah, perfect. So here we are. Now look at this. Like I told us, the name, the introductory part, the career objective, always the same. Okay. Now this is where it gets tricky. Well, when you want to apply for a job, I told you, look out for the job description and try to tailor your CV to match that job description. Now look at the first professional experience I have. In the first case of my general CV, what I had here as a professional experience, who is just joining us when the meeting is almost ending? Excuse me, let me accept this person, please. Please, Rosie, please mute yourself. Mute yourself. Thank you. Looking at from general CV. Okay, so this is a general CV. Now look at this job experience here. Look at this job experience here. Under my general CV, I worked as the co-founder of this company, and I worked as the vice president of sales. Okay. Now, because I needed to apply as a customer service representative, I knew that that position would not work for a customer service representative. Okay, so I had to tweak this from co-founder to personal assistant and customer service representative. You see the difference? This was how the roles changed. What else changed? The task that I was to accomplish need to be touched, need to be tweaked. Now, in the case of my general CV, look at the task I used. I said I took charge of lead generation and prospecting to clients. Now, some tasks will remain the same. In this case, I took charge of lead generation, and that's another thing I want to quickly mention to us. When you are writing out your task under your job roles, make sure you use an adjective most times to start off your sentence, okay, so that it makes more meaning and appears more authoritative, positions you as someone who knows exactly what he or she is doing. So that said, the job description here might be the same, and in some cases it needs to be changed. For instance, let me quickly point out some things that changed in the job description here. Now look here. Can you see the third job description under my general CV? The third job description has duly onboarded the first set of clients for the company, which is a tech startup. But the same CV for customer service, the third job description reads, I scheduled task for the CEO and the founder. Okay, even though I was a co-founder, I scheduled task for myself because it was a company I co-founded. So I needed to bring in that aspect of my task that aligned with the job of a customer service representative. Okay, and then I put it forward as something that I have done. So even though I was the co-founder of this company, there were jobs that I was doing that ordinarily should have been done by a customer service representative. So this is how you tweak your CVs. Okay, even if you have served as a boy in our Igbo parlance or as a sales girl, okay, you can actually tweak that job role or that job description to suit a customer service representative, because basically what you're doing as a sales rep is that you served as a sales executive. It is just the use of professional words that differ. Okay, and the same thing, some of the jobs you'll be doing as a sales rep, taking bookkeeping, record of documents and all those stuffs, those, even attending to customers, these are jobs, job roles of a customer service representative. So you need to know how to fix in those roles to suit the job description or the job description that a particular employer or a client requires of you. Once you are able to do that, crafting a CV is something that will be very easy to do for you. And trust me, if you are able to master this art, of crafting CVs, you'll be surprised at people coming to you to craft CVs for them. I have had to charge some people as much as 5,000, 10,000 just to do this little trick for them. Tell me what they want to do, I do it for them, and I get myself paid. So even if all you learned in this tutorial is how to craft a CV, you can actually make a living out of it. So you want to be sure that you're laughing, but that's the reality. Okay, it's worth laughing, because there's a saying that what you do not know, you pay for it. The knowledge you fail to acquire, you pay for it to get it. So
that's true.
You just want to make sure that you know those tasks that even the president. I'm sure that majority of us are working class. Some of us in this class presently, we have our business just like
I'm not working class. So.
Even if you are not a working class, you must have done something. Even if you are a full housewife, you must have done something that matches the job of a customer service representative. Did you welcome your husband's visitors? How did you welcome them? That is a customer service. You're laughing.
Yeah, it's really incredible. Like, I was learning this customer managing customers, abusing customers, and then
yes
on LinkedIn, and I applied it on my own personal business, and it was like, wow,
it works, right?
It worked. Yes,
so
there was one of the points that the customer to vent. Then just let them say what that thing that is annoying them.
That is bothering them. Yes.
Listen. So most of the times, as I want to apply it, like, I'll just let them talk the way they didn't get satisfied, and vent, and then after everything I'll say, oh, I can relate. I understand that this can be frustrating. After saying that, because of I say, wow, this is just things that we do every day that I would not even know. Anyway,
exactly,
all right.
That's the point. Things you do every day that you take for granted.
Exactly, and that is what actually has made a lot of business collapse. In fact, I tell people that was why I insisted from the beginning of this training that I want all of you to take the customer service courses, because Nigeria as a whole has zero customer service management. And the irony is, big companies, I mean, when I say big companies as big as Nike, Coca-Cola, and the rest of them, they pay huge amounts just to train their staff in customer service roles. Okay, so most things that we take for granted are what kills businesses, and that's why I insisted that each and every one of you must take that course. And I'm happy you're already testifying even before the class has ended. So let's quickly round off what we're doing. Like I was saying, I said even if all you did as a full housewife was to welcome your husband's visitors or your in-laws, even the way you welcomed them, could be tailored towards a customer service job. Okay, because these are little things. Did you help your husband to take record of his business while he was away? Did you help him schedule his appointment and all this? These are things that you could put into your CV. It's all a matter of how are you able to put them in a professional statement that makes it. Who wants, if for instance your husband owns a personal business and you claim to be, as a wife, you claim to be the customer service representative in your husband's business, who wants to start investigating whether you did that or not? The basic thing is you have presented the skill, that you have the skill, and then you can do the job. So you just find a way to play around words and look around for those things that you have done that probably you thought, even if all you did, remember from the beginning of this class, I told us that some of us claim we didn't have a skill, and I said that's not true. Every human being has a skill. A lot of us spend so much time on Facebook chatting, jumping from one group to the other, trying to do amebo, and then talk about things that we feel, just pour out our minds. And in some cases, some of us have gone as far as putting out advice to people, which people ended up saying thank you for. Okay, these things could actually be related to customer service and other jobs that you might not even be aware of. So it's all a matter of how you are able to map out those roles that you have partook in, put them in words that is appealing, and then just add them to your CV. And before you know it, your CV is set professionally. So just like I was showing us the difference between what I had on my general CV, which is what you're seeing here, and what I have on my customer service representative CV. Let me show us quickly another thing. Now look here. Let me even go to that same place where I had okay, in this case, this is a company I presently run, MacPio Digital Agency. It's a digital marketing company. Now, under my general CV, if you look at my the company, it says that I am the founder, okay, of this company, and I also act as the digital marketing strategist for this company. But if I am to apply for a job as a customer service representative, I don't go telling them that I'm the founder of the company. I try to use the job roles that I have done in the company that matches the job description that they want. So in this case, under my customer service representative CV, I had to change that job role to what? Customer service representative and virtual assistant. Now, it is not telling lies, like I made mention of earlier on. It is simply using the right words that appeals to the job description. Now, let's look at the job description. In the first case, look at the third, because in most cases, I don't even change anything. I leave everything. If it matches the job, I leave it the way it is. But if it doesn't, I tweak a little word. Now, in this case, look at the first job task that I did. Confidently manage social media pages for brands, businesses, and non-profits to foster a long-lasting relationship with their customers and audiences, respectively. It is because it matches the role of a customer service. Some companies insist that their customer service representative manages their social media accounts. Some companies do that. In fact, you will get to see it when you begin to work as a freelancer. Some people who would employ you as a customer service rep want you to manage their social media accounts. Okay, so it actually works for the role of a customer service. That's why I left it the way it was, even though it was copied directly from my general CV. Now the next one here reads, reliably delivered result that increase sales for brands and businesses through paid adverts on different social media platforms. It works for social media. It works for customer service representatives. So I didn't bother change. I think I even changed it here. Here it reads, diligently recorded the daily sales transaction of the company into the company's CRM. Okay, so you see, I had to look for tasks that I did. Mind you, these were tasks that I did for myself. Remember I said the company is mine, so it was a task that I did for myself, but ordinarily it was a task that I should have employed somebody for. But since I wasn't employing anybody, I was basically just doing my thing myself. So I just had to bring in the task which I had done, which was a job that ordinarily would have been done by a customer service representative. So this is how you get to tweak your CVs so that it can appeal to any job description at all that you are applying for. Look at the third one, trained clients and newbies on how to use and manage various social media platforms for maximum profitability. This is something I did as a founder and as a digital marketing strategist. But when it comes to customer service representative, see the way I put it, I virtually trained. Why did I have to include virtually? Because I was applying for a job that was for the position of a virtual assistant. And of course, anything virtual simply means you are not doing it presently, just like I'm training you guys here now. We are not in a room where I have to start showing you all these things, but I'm showing you everything right from where I am. Not even in Lagos presently, but in the East. But I'm showing you such a way that you can all see my screen and you can see everything I'm doing. So that was why I had to use the word virtually. Virtually train clients and newbies on how to manage various social media account platforms for maximum profitability. Okay, and the last one here, which I think I also took. Okay, I didn't tweak this because it fits what I was doing. So I consulted for brands and businesses by offering professional digital marketing strategies to help them minimize their ad spend while increasing their ROAS. This means return on advert spend. Okay, so if you look at the other one, the job description, this is where the major effect happened. Sorry, excuse me, I don't know why this is coming up here. This is where the major effect happened, which was under this. What is this? Sorry about that. Here I was acting as a field engineer, but for the role of virtual assistant and customer service, you see what I did? I changed it to customer service representative. The name of the company remained the same, no change. Okay, the location of the company the same. Even the year that I worked, the same, no change. The only thing that changed was what? The job role. And where necessary, I might change the job task. Okay, so this is how you tweak your CVs to match any job that you want to apply for. Every other thing on your CV should remain the same. Your educational qualification should remain the same. And mind you, when you are putting up your educational qualification, when you're writing it out on your CV, always start with the latest education or the latest certificates that you acquired. Okay, because the year matters a lot. Like presently, I'm taking 4 courses on Coursera, and hopefully, when I'm done, I should be getting a certificate for those courses, and that will be a certificate that I got in 2022. So if I'm updating the CV, then those certificates should come first because they were the most recent certificate that I acquired. All right. So this is something that you want to take cognizance of, and like I said, every other thing remains unchanged. All right. So with this, we've come to the end of one section, which is the creation of a CV. All right, we've come to the end of this section. I believe that with this information that I have supplied, everybody here at the end of this course should begin to or craft their own CVs. I remember what I told us at the beginning of the class, that by tomorrow, when we will all be seeing how to sign up for a freelancing website, I would use the CV of one of us to create that account. In fact, what I would do is I wouldn't create the account, I will show you how to create it. So the first person to create their CV and submit it to the room by tomorrow morning, that is the person's CV that we'll be using to create tomorrow's account. So this is like a free transfer, a free task for you all. If you want us to use yours to create your account, then make sure that your CV is ready. Okay, choose the job or the skill that you want to use to work on Upwork, and then craft a CV around that skill. Alright, and then tell us that you're done. In fact, post the CV and let us criticize it when necessary. Alright, so the next...
Where to post the CV on? Is it on WhatsApp?
Yes, post it on our WhatsApp group so that we can all see it.
Yeah. What about the template you said you to us?
I can't hear you, sorry.
I said the template. You said you give us a template to prepare us.
Yes, I'll do that after this training. I'll send you one of my CV templates so you can craft. And please don't copy word for word. Don't copy. That is one reason why I don't like, that is why I don't like sharing my CVs. Some persons I've shared the CV to. In fact, I didn't even share the CV. I just taught them in a training like this, and a lot of them were busy screenshotting my CVs. Before I knew it, my CV was all over the place. So if you're guilty of that, please desist from it. I'm giving you the CV to serve as a template, not to serve as copy and paste. You look at the CV and try to use your own experience for your own CV. Okay, so the next thing I want to quickly look at is, or the next thing I want us to look at is writing a cover letter or a winning proposal. Alright, now for Upwork, whenever you see a job, okay, let me quickly show us how it looks like so that you understand exactly what I am talking about, because by tomorrow you'll be seeing this in practice. This is my profile on Upwork. People should not look at my money. Take your eyes away from my money and let's focus. Don't lose focus. don't lose focus. Look at the thing I'm showing you. Forget about the money. I don't know why this thing is even delaying us. It's making you look at the wrong thing.
The thing wants us to look at your money very well.
Stop looking at don't lose focus. Okay, so
I see this man.
I don't know. Okay, so here we are. Now this is what Upwork looks like. From tomorrow we'll get around this in details. Now, if you look at this, there are various jobs. You can see this is a job that was posted just 14 minutes ago, and that's why I tell people that I train. There is no need to rush. There are 1,000,001 jobs that are available, but the question is, are you qualified for the job? That is the question. Are you qualified for the job? In this case, now look at this person is looking for an IT sales call with Zoom meeting. Okay, but let me just look for a customer service job so that this is another tool that we were not able to look at. So if you want to go into customer service or sales, I would advise that you also take a look at this tool. Go high level. It's a CRM tool, but we are not able to cover it because of time. Okay, so let's quickly look at let's see customer service jobs. Let's search for customer service jobs so that you see how that works. Customer service. Okay, this is a customer service job. Fine, so let's just take one. VA means virtual assistant, okay? VA for drop shipping, mainly customer service plus other tasks. This is the job title, alright? Now, this is the job description. Hi, I am looking for a VA that is open to learning new things, fast and doing the best they can on their own. You will, of course, get sufficient training and guidance on how to do every task. And I am also willing to invest in you as a person to get to a level where I can give you tasks and you can do them easily without any question. The main task is to answer customer support emails, you see. This includes calling USPS to check on orders with a provided Skype number. You see, these are details that they need you to get before you apply for this job. So if you don't have a Skype number, this is another problem. You need to have a Skype account. Okay, so at the end of this class, play around a Skype account. If it's free to sign up, let's go to skype.com or simply Google Skype and you're good to go. You will receive training from the current virtual assistant on this. Alright, this task requires about 1 hour daily on average and on weekends too. Other tasks are going to include everything around dropshipping, communicating with suppliers to organize customer support requests like cancellations, address changes, and so on. Organize reship with suppliers, creating and listing products after proper training, which is optional. Creating landing pages after proper training, also optional. All of these tasks are easy to do. If you do them once or twice, you will not have any problem. And I'm looking for someone that I can utilize with these tasks multiple times. So please only consider if you are looking to work with someone for the longer term. Include the word flip-flop at the top if you read this to confirm. I think I might even come back to apply for this job, but let me just save it for now.
I want to ask you the same one. Can I apply as well?
Do you have an Upwork account?
Not yet now.
So you can't. Okay, you can't apply. And it was posted 1 hour ago. So let me just and look here. Over 20 to 50% are full. So you see. So these are, anyway, I don't want to jump into this because this is what we'll be doing from tomorrow. I just want to show us what or how we will need to craft a cover letter. Now, your cover letter should be based on these things that this person has described. Okay? Now, what does cover letter do and how should it look like? Let's quickly look at one cover letter which I wrote. Okay, let me use my own cover letter as a typical example. I go to proposal. Now on Upwork, when you see a job like that, you'll be expected to submit a proposal. Okay, a proposal consists of your cover letter and other supporting documents. Supporting documents could be CVs, your certificate of qualification, for instance. It could also include your portfolio of work. Okay, and if there are questions that the client needs you to answer, that could also be answered. All of them together make up your proposal. Okay, but what I want to focus on now is cover letter, so that you have a sense, because by tomorrow I will not be teaching this again. So if you have a problem with cover letter, simply refer back to this training tutorial and watch and rewatch it. It will always be available for you. So you can see I have about 5 active proposals, but I would want to use the one that I am presently working on. Sorry. Let me look at the messages and see if I can get one out. Sorry, I'm taking your time. This is for your own good. Sorry, why this is loading, let's quickly touch some components of a cover letter. Okay, so here is a cover letter, for instance. While that is still loading, here is a cover letter. Now, for freelancing gigs, just as I'll be showing us in a few minutes to come, the major thing for a cover letter, because this cover letter that I created was for a freelancing gig actually, but I didn't submit it in this format. Initially, I was submitting my cover letter in PDF format, but later on I had to change that, because as you continue to work on Upwork, you will learn new things. Okay, so I had to change the format of my cover letter submission. I changed from submitting in a PDF format to copying it the way it is here and pasting it in a section for cover letters, which I will also be showing us from tomorrow. Okay, so the basic thing I want us to focus on is not this but this. Okay, you see, a cover letter should have a greeting, and in the case of Upwork, you should take the pain of trying to find the name of the recruiter, that is the name of the person who has posted the job. I will show us tomorrow how to get the names of these people. Okay, some of them you might be lucky to find their names, for others you may not find their names, but if you are able to get their names, always include their name in this section. Let me quickly check out if this has opened. Let's see if it is opened. Okay, fine, it's opened. So let's see the cover letter here. I can find this one. Let's see this one. You can't hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
You were talking about, yes, you were talking about how to get.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you
Yes,
hear me
yes,
now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can.
Okay, so let's quickly look at this proposal and see exactly what I was trying to describe to us. I will just use one proposal to teach this lecture so that you can have a sense of what it means to craft a cover letter. Now let's look at the job posting, because it is from the job posting that you would know who is this person coming late to class. It is from the job posting that you will know how to craft a cover letter. So come with me, let's quickly look at this. Even though this is very straightforward, okay? This person needs to hire 20 freelancers, alright? Now he says, hello, I need an expert in social media to make a new social media clean from fake accounts. I need many freelancers to do this task because there are many fake accounts to delete and to make our social media more secure. For more details, make a proposal and let's start working ASAP. ASAP means as soon as possible. Okay? For now, take your eyes away from the budget, take your eyes away from the price. Let's focus, don't lose focus. So we return to the cover letter. Now, this is the cover letter I sent to this person. Let's read it together. Remember, the person said he needs a social media manager. Okay, so I began. After looking for the name, I couldn't get the name. Sometimes you don't get the name until they send you a message. Alright, unless I forget, for every message that you get from an employee or from an employer rather, you get rewarded with what is called a connect. I'll be teaching all that from tomorrow. So I started by saying hello. I used hello because I didn't get the person's name, so I just used hello. And because this was during December, during the festive season, so while some of you are busy eating chicken, we are busy applying for jobs. So compliment of the season to you. Okay, I understand that you need the services of an expert social media manager who would assist you in cleaning an account from fake accounts and to make it more secure. Remember, this was exactly, or these were relative to the words, or related to the words that this man used for his job description. said they needed an expert in social media to make a new social media clean from fake accounts. You see that? So when I was writing my cover letter, I needed to repeat what he has said so that he would understand when he's and you have to put this part at the top so that he knows, because by doing this he knows that you have actually read what he posted as his job description. So here I am simply repeating what he has said that he was looking for. I understand that you need the services.
Can't hear you.
Go again.
You can't hear me?
It's better now.
Okay. So I said that if you remember from this point, this employer said he needed the services of an expert in social media to make a new social media clean from fake accounts. So when I am writing the cover letter, I need to repeat what he said he needed. Here I said, I understand that you need the services of an expert social media manager who would assist you in cleaning an account from fake accounts and to make it more secure. So what I simply did here was to repeat his need back to him. And by so doing, it gives him a sense that I have actually read his job description and I have understood it. Is that understood? Can everybody hear me clearly? Can everybody hear me clearly?
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
Okay, thank you. So we continue. The next thing, now I'll be showing us different cover letters. So you need to be creative with your cover letters. And that was why I said, always read and understand, or read to understand the job description so that it gives you a sense of what you want to write. Is that understood? Now, in this case, what did I do next? I started giving this person what I would call information about how he could actually go about the need of his. Look here, I said many bots have been installed to sign up on social media to like or spy on people's accounts, making the account to be both unsecure and low on engagement, because they are not accounts owned by humans that can possibly drive engagement. Now, many of you may not understand this statement, but if you are into social media management, you would understand this. Okay, so I had to put this forward to him. Which is like giving him the reason why this was happening to his account. Because from what he proposed, he said he needed fake accounts to be cleaned from his social media account. Okay, so I was giving him reasons here how this fake account came to be. Okay, so this knowledge alone will prove to this person that I know quite well, or I am quite knowledgeable about this information that he needs. Are we together? The next thing I wrote, I had to now sell my skill. Mind you, I didn't say sell myself, because that is what many of us will end up doing. If you go there to sell yourself, you may end up not getting anything. What you should be selling is your skill. Nobody's interested in who you are. They are interested in what you have to offer. So sell your skill, not yourself. Of course, there is no way you sell your skill without selling yourself. But always sell your skill more than you sell yourself. Because if you are all about I am this, I am this, I am that, all those are not what they need. Okay, so watch how I go about this. I am an expert social media manager and a trainer with over 4 years of experience. This was how I started. And though the demand to delete fake accounts can be cumbersome, I am willing to help, and since you need more freelancers, I can, if you wish. I intended telling that I can offer, rather, if he wishes, I can offer to help with some members of my tech community to join hands to speedily attend to this task. Okay, more so, to secure your account, I had to go back again to give him hints on how he could actually go about securing his account. More so, to secure your account, you would be better off using either an authenticator app or activate a two-factor authentication with your phone number for your account. I look forward to reading your replies soon, and please find attached some list of some pages I have managed on Facebook. Others include Instagram, Clubhouse, LinkedIn, and so on. Do let me know which platform you want these tasks to be carried out, and if you would prefer to secure your account with your phone number or an authentication app. Now, this is a strategy that I used to get this client's attention. What was the strategy? I started by telling him what he said he needed. I made him understand that I understood what he needed. I gave him reason that bordered around what brought about this problem, which is the fake account he was experiencing. I helped him to understand that I can actually solve the problem with my skill, and even if he needed, because I read from his job description that he needed more than one freelancer, so I was offering to help recruit even more freelancers to join hands with me to solve his problem. Okay, and then I went ahead to offer solution on how he could even secure his account. You see, I was giving him knowledge for free, and then at the end I made him to also understand that I would like to hear from him and to find out which application, okay, he would like to use. This is like ending your cover letter with a question, which would put your employer or a recruiter in a position to want to answer you. Okay, this is not so common. It's a strategy I learned towards the late last year. Okay, and I applied it and it worked. That's why I'm showing it to us here. So ending your cover letter with a question would ordinarily create an urge or a nudge for your employer to want to reply you. Okay, but before you can get this attention, you must have done a good job during this write-up of your cover letter. Okay, now this might be a little cumbersome for some of us. I also did apply. Remember, I said in my cover letter that I attached some list of pages that I manage on Facebook. Okay, so this document here shows the list of pages. I screenshotted the pages and I sent to the client. Now let's quickly look at another one, because this might be a little troubling to some of us who are not social media inclined. So let's look at another one here. Let's see this one. See what we have here. Let's see the proposal. Look at the proposal, and then we'll look at the job posting. Look at the job posting. We can close this. We're done with this one. Do this. Okay. Now look at this job posting. This job posting says, seeking for virtual assistant for an online community supporting female wellnesspreneurs. I need help managing the website, tech support, proofreading, customer relations, and posting on social media. I would like someone who knows Canva. I need someone who can help systematize the flow of information and who has attention to details. Would like someone who knows Canva and constant contact. Can you see that? So let's look at. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So let's look at the proposal I wrote to this person, beginning with the cover letter. Okay. I think I was okay. Now look at this. Again, I couldn't find the name of this person, so I just went straight to the point. Hello. Simple clarity is an essential to drive effective productivity. And this you perfectly displayed on your job posting. Okay? As a skilled virtual assistant, now this was just a hook. We call this a hook to grab the attention of the person who is employing. Okay? I said, as a skilled virtual assistant, why am I using a virtual assistant? Because this person said she needed a virtual assistant. Return back to that. As a skilled virtual assistant, resourceful digital marketing strategist. This is strategist, please. Mind my errors. Try to avoid making mistakes. So, a LinkedIn certified customer service representative. You see the way I sold my skill. And that's why I said and insisted that you people should take these LinkedIn courses, because this is when you begin to hype yourself. This is where it becomes handy. Okay, this is where it becomes handy. What course did I take on LinkedIn? It was simply customer service representative course and some sales representative course. But when I want to sell my skill, I hype myself by calling myself a LinkedIn certified customer service representative and sales executive with vast administrative experience. Why did I have to include this? Because this person, from what she was saying here, it was like she needed an administrative from this place. It says, I need someone who can systematize the flow of information. That is almost like an administrative work. Okay, so I had to include it here in my cover letter, that I am a LinkedIn certified customer service representative and sales executive with vast administrative experience. I strive for maximum productivity in an enabling environment through great team collaboration, while ensuring that each team member feels inspired and fulfilled. All I was trying to say there is I have a team spirit. Okay, this helps me work to give clients the comfort of knowing that without a shadow of doubt they are in good hands, and I maintain an unbending commitment to serving as a partner, brand representative and trusted ally to cross-functional stakeholders and channel partners. What am I trying to achieve here? I am trying to make this person understand that I have the necessary skill for this job that she has posted. Okay, now I move to the next paragraph. If this person must read through your cover letter, you have to make sure that your first few paragraphs is catchy. If it is not catchy, they will just move on to the next. You saw the way I showed you the other job description. Over 20 to 50 persons have applied, and you can imagine this person needs just one virtual assistant, so she has to start reading over 50 proposals before she will decide on who to employ. So you want to make sure that you stand out from those people by making every of your paragraph very catchy. Because if you are not able to do that, the person will simply just assume that you are no different from the others. So after this first few paragraphs, the next thing is telling the person this simple clarity in communication, which was well replicated in the description of your desired fit for the position of a virtual assistant, as seen on your job posting, is that which attracted me to desire working with you. And I have no doubt that this perceived culture is a function of your brand. This paragraph here is a continuation of this paragraph, this first paragraph here. Remember here I talked about simple clarity, and then I tried to praise the client. This is what I simply did here. I praised the client by telling her that I loved the way she was very simple with our job description, and that our job description were very clear enough, and that was what moved me to apply for this job because of the clarity of the job description. That is simply what I was telling her here, and I made her understand that I believe that this same clarity is what is achievable in her job, that is in her work or in her business. So in other words, it will be easy for me to work with her because she is a person that puts things in a clear form for me to understand what I am working with. Okay, so that is simply what I did here. Next, I said, when I saw that you were seeking a virtual assistant who can help you, this was a mistake, who can help you with multiple tasks, I decided to introduce myself and share with you the ways in which I could contribute to the transformation and growth of your brand. Remember, from the beginning of this tutorial, I said your cover letter is not about you. It is about your client and what they stand to benefit from your skill. So that is exactly what I'm trying to do here. Now, I want to sell my skill properly. I begin by telling the client, I am Pius Marcelino Natu, a skilled virtual assistant with years of hands-on experience, both on and off Upwork, a LinkedIn certified customer service personnel, a resourceful digital marketing strategist, and a sales executive. I would be honored to be a part of your team. Now, why did I choose this skill? Because they were skills that matched her job description. She said she needed a social media manager to be posting on her social media. You can see something like that here. She said she needed a customer relations personnel that can be posting on social media. Okay, this is a paraphrase. She needed a customer relation personnel that can post on social media. So I had to include in my skill to her, I included that I am a customer service personnel and a resourceful digital marketing strategist. Okay, because this is a skill that accounts for this particular job description. All right. The same thing applies here. She needed a virtual assistant. I also made her understand that I am a skilled virtual assistant. So you want to be very strategic about how you write your cover letter. Always give a client back what they demand of you. If they say they need a virtual assistant, don't go and change the word to personal assistant. Okay? If they say they need a customer service personnel, give them customer service personnel. Alright? Don't be too rigid. Be very flexible around all this. Now, the next thing, I started by saying, what specifically would I bring to your brand in this role? In which role? The role of a virtual assistant. Okay? Now, this is where I started selling my skill in details. I started by saying technical expertise plus business acumen. This was supposed to be a title on its own, but I just put it together. With my educational background as a university graduate, my training and LinkedIn certifications in customer service, my vast experience as a digital marketing strategist with expertise in social media management, advertising, along with some years of experience in sales, administration, and a technical support personnel who is proficient with the use of CRM and office communication tools such as Zendesk, HubSpot, Slack, Google Suite, etc. I offer an advantageous blend of tech and business savvy that enables me to maximize customer satisfaction. Clients feel confident that my counsel will come from a place of strong technical knowledge and a firm understanding of enterprise operation that drives sales and ultimately business growth. Now, why am I so concerned about my knowledge in tech? That was because this client here mentioned things that were bordered around tech. And what do I mean? Look at this job description here. She said she needed somebody who is skillful in Canva and who can constantly communicate with her. She also needed somebody who can help her manage her website. And she mentioned here that she needed somebody who is good in tech support. You see that? So I had to carve out whatever I was presenting to her, and I made sure that they bordered around most of what she was asking for. She needed a tech support personnel. She needed a virtual assistant. Okay, she needed somebody who can post things on a social media account, which is a digital marketer or a social media manager, So all these things, you see where I made mention of it. I said I have expertise in social media management and even advertising. Okay, so all these things were as a result of her job description. The next thing I said I could offer her was this: a continual success while serving various brands. Okay, this was what I have done, and I was making her understand that I could offer it to her as well. Throughout my career, I have assisted various industry leaders, e-commerce stores, personal brands, etc., and delivered sales growth, built some outstanding, most important customer relationship, and retained clients for different brands in the face of challenges. This is basically the work of a customer service representative, and it is one of the things that she said she needed for customer relations. Okay, now the next one, I said a reputation as a valued thought partner. Remember, all these are coming under this very topic. What specifically would I bring to your brand in this role? So, a reputation as a valued thought partner. My knowledge, focus, and unwavering demeanor have led me to become a trusted partner among clients and colleagues in my career journey. Virtual assistant is a role I enjoy and one I would feel confident stepping into as I get up to speed as your team member. Okay, this is where everything about this ends. And so I went further to tell her that my attached resume and some of my certifications, you see where certification comes handy. My attached resume and some of my certifications will provide specific details on my professional experience or experiences, business aptitude, and other qualifications. I would also appreciate an opportunity to hear from you to discuss your goals, aspirations, and challenges further, and share my specific thoughts on how I could help your brand to continue its forward momentum. Also, find attached the requested voice notes with this proposal. As she requested a voice note, I don't think so, but I think she did. Thank you very much for your consideration. I welcome any follow-up question, and I hope to read from you soon. Alright? Sincerely, Pius Machalino Natu. Now, look here. This person asked a question as a follow-up to this. Okay, see the question here. She said, describe your recent experience with similar projects. You see, so this is usually a follow-up question to some job description, and you want to make sure that you take time to answer this follow-up question very well, because sometimes this follow-up question is all you need to get the job. Again, I said sometimes this follow-up question, the way you answer it, is all you need to get a job. So you want to be very strategic about how you answer these follow-up questions. Okay, so to answer this question, I said to her, she asked, describe your recent experience with similar projects. My most recent experience in a similar project is here on Upwork, where I helped a female client. And why did I insist on using a female client? Because the kind of job she was looking for, or the kind of business she was running, was targeted to what? Female wellnesspreneurs. You see that? So I wanted to make her understand that even though I am a man, I have also worked for female business owners. That was why I included this rather. So I said, where I helped a female client who literally has over 5 businesses in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that is in the US, manage her different tasks ranging from quick research, scheduling and appointment settings, managing social media pages of the various businesses, recruiting experienced personnel for various tasks, etc. I also helped her structure her workflow for a software she was to build. I signed an NDA to this effect. Amidst other tasks I had to take charge of to keep her business going while she attended to other things. Why did I have to include this? So that I structured my client's workflow for a software she was to build. I had to bring this in because in her work description, she said she needed someone who can systematize the workflow or the flow of information. You see that? So I was giving her work experience of mine that relates to the job description that she has posted. So that is very important. Make sure that even if you have worked as a customer service in, say, an electrical firm, and you find a job that is in, say, a fashion industry, but what they need is a customer service representative, you need to find a way to craft your words or choose your words such that even though you worked in an electrical firm, that job that you did as a customer service representative, should the task you're able to accomplish in that electrical firm, there should be a common customer service task that can apply everywhere. So those are the kind of tasks that you bring out, or those ones that are directly targeted to what the client needs from you. Pick out those tasks that you're able to fill or that you're able to accomplish in your previous experience, and then position it to the client that this is what you have accomplished in your previous work experience, because this is also what they claim that they need from whoever they would like to work with. I hope that is clear. So after this, I went on to, now if you look here, you see that these are certificates. These are certificates that I got from LinkedIn mostly. You can see I had to back up everything I said. Why am I backing it up? Because I said in my cover letter as well, I said that I have attached, look here, I said my attached resume and some of my certifications will provide specific details of my professional experiences. Okay, so I had to attach certificate, and this was like an edge that I have over many others who didn't supply theirs. Okay, so I had to supply certificates that were related to customer service, sales. I think I supplied a sales certificate or so, and certificates that were also related to social media management. You see that? Because these were the specific skills that she said she needed from her virtual assistant. So, and even here, you see the kind of CV I submitted. I submitted a CV that was targeted to what? Virtual assistant, which is this CV that I showed us here. A virtual assistant CV. See it here. I created a CV for customer service and virtual assistant. I put them together, which is this CV. So any job that I am applying to that is targeted to customer service or virtual assistant, this is the CV I use. I don't go and start submitting a sales. I don't submit a sales CV because it doesn't match the job description. Neither do I have to go and submit my general CV because still it does not match the job description. That's why I took my time to show us how to craft out different CVs that is tailored to the different job descriptions that we may have or that we may encounter when we begin to apply for job. Okay, so with this, I have come to the end of this session, and I hope that we were able to gather enough knowledge that would help us for tomorrow's class. By tomorrow, by God's grace, we will start signing up for our Upwork account. Okay, so let us quickly go through what we have touched. We said, how do we craft a winning proposal or cover letter for freelancing gigs? This is what I've just showed us. I told us that I made mention that a winning proposal should not be an autobiography. Don't go and start writing about your life history. That is not what a proposal should do or should tell. Okay? It should focus on what the client would benefit from hiring you. Alright? It should offer possible suggestions to the problem that a client seeks to solve. I showed us that already. It should have a cover letter tailored to fit the job description. Okay? It should have a CV or a resume tailored specifically to the job description or posting. And lastly, a winning cover letter should be sent alongside a portfolio of previously completed jobs that are related to the new job posting being applied for. Okay, it is either you submit a portfolio of your job or you submit certificates. I should have included that here, okay, but I'm including it now by telling us that if you don't have a portfolio simply means the previous jobs that you have done for other clients that are related to the job that you are applying for. Okay, it could be in PDF format, and it could be in the website format. Okay, you could host a website to host your portfolio if you want to. So the last thing I want to quickly show us is how to convert our CVs after you must have typed them. Okay, after you must have typed your CVs, because this is Microsoft Word. After you must have typed your CVs and you are satisfied with what you have typed, how do you convert it to PDF format? You simply come over to File, click on File. Once you click on File, this pops up. Alright, click on Save As. Save As. Okay, choose where you want to save that file. Somewhere you can always see it. Okay, it could be on desktop or wherever. Okay, let me just use desktop for instance. Now, when you open desktop or when you choose desktop, it will bring up an option for you. Now, look here. It says your file will save on desktop. You can see it up here. Now, how do you want your file to be saved? If after you have written your CV, you've typed it out, head over to this second option where it reads Save as Types. Okay, Save as Type rather. Click on Word Document. You have a drop down. Come over here and select PDF. Okay, as soon as you select PDF, you give it a name you can recognize it as. Okay, once you click on Save, it automatically saves that document as PDF, which you can then submit for your proposals. Okay, so any document at all that you want to convert to PDF, this is how you can do that very quickly, very easily. But I already have this, so I'm not saving anything. And so with this, we come to the end of our class. If you have any question, kindly put it forward, and if there are none, we can call it a night.
I have a question.
Okay, shoot. Go ahead.
When we're talking about having a LinkedIn profile, I, for one, am new on LinkedIn. In fact, I had to open the account after we joined and after this class started.
Okay.
So I'll need help on how to optimize the profile.
I gave us a video to watch on LinkedIn about LinkedIn optimization. Did you watch it?
No, where is that? I didn't.
I told us to watch a video. Okay, I'll try to get the link to that video and send it to the group so that everybody can watch it and do that. Just remind me after the training so that I'll do that because it's almost late here. Okay. Any other question?
I appreciate that.
All right. I hope I answered the question.
I want to ask, like, put someone as your reference.
Sorry.
You are going to if you put somebody as your reference on your CV, you need to inform the person, right?
Yes, you should. You should inform the person. Yes. You should inform the person. Olayinka, are you done with your questions? Sorry, Anosike interrupted you. Are you done with your questions? Olayinka?
Okay, I wanted to ask again concerning I was looking through your cover letter and the proposal you wrote. It appears rich, and for someone like me, I don't really have much experience as to I can pen down in such manner. So how do I go about it?
The experience that is why you don't be scared about. That was why I started by showing you the simpler ones first. Okay, the experience you have should be ordered around the skill that you have acquired. You have acquired a skill by learning, is it not? If you don't have an experience in your cover letter to offer, okay, offer a solution. If you don't have an experience to offer in your cover letter, offer a solution. You saw the way I offered a solution to that first client while I was telling him what brought about those fake accounts in his social media account and how we could actually secure his account either through authenticator app or through activating a two-factor authentication. Okay, so read the job description, and while you're writing, try to offer possible solutions so that when this person reads and sees that okay, you have an idea of how you would approach the problem, okay, it shows that you have a clue, that you are knowledgeable about this problem. Okay, so it's not always about writing your skills or how you have been able to work over the years. This which I just showed you also works. Provide solutions. I didn't say detailed solutions, okay, but just give him a hint that shows that you have an idea and you understand well what his problem is and you know exactly how to go about it. I hope that answers your question, Olayinka.
Okay. Then I have one more. Sorry. Concerning Discord, I did some YouTube. I did some searches on YouTube. What I'm getting, I don't really understand. I had to go back to LinkedIn, and in fact, there is no video on it on LinkedIn. Just some introductory video telling the new trends in town, and Discord was one of them. That's all.
Okay.
So I don't know what suggestion would be concerning that.
What I would say about Discord, just remind me. I will try and get a video that you can watch on Discord. That is what I can offer you, even though it's not within the scope of this training. Because if you followed us from the beginning, when I was showing us what we will learn throughout this training, Discord was not part of it. But I just suggested Discord.
Yes.
So that you people could, expand your scope, so that you can easily get jobs, even if you don't have a laptop. So what I'll just do for us is I'll get a link to a detailed video on Discord, which you can watch, so that you can help your understanding. I hope that helps.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Please, let me just ask you a question. Like, you were talking about us applying for a job. Like, what about we that have not gotten something like computer? Can we still go out and then crafting CVs?
Yes, you can craft a CV. And when you say you don't have a job, you have never worked before, or you have your business? Which one?
No, I'm not talking about job. I mean computer.
Okay, those who don't have a computer.
Yes.
You can use your phone to craft your CV now. You can use your phone to craft your CV. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. I mean, after crafting the CV and applying for a job and you have wanted a job, how do you now go about working on it when you don't have a computer?
How do you go about working on it when you don't have a computer? That is why I would encourage that. That was why I brought in. Please mute yourself so that we don't hear each other's echo. That was why I brought in. Okay, that was why I suggested that for those who don't have a computer, start with the Discord job. Okay, start with the Discord job, so that, because with Discord, this is something I have experienced, even though I don't do Discord work because I have not applied for it, but I am actually considering it now. Start with the Discord job, because with Discord, in a week, if you're able to get a Discord job in a week, you can actually get yourself about over $200 or $200, okay, which is around 100,000 naira, okay, or more. Now, if you calculate that in a month, you should be getting about 400,000 naira, and with 50 to 80,000 naira, you should be able to get a good laptop for yourself. So that's why I said, if you do not have a laptop, take your time to study Discord, so that once you begin to apply for jobs, let me even show us so that you understand exactly what I'm trying to explain to you. There are so many jobs on Discord. That's why I took my time to say, learn Discord. There are so many jobs on Discord.
Like, excuse me, sorry for interrupting you. Like this Discord, the little ones that I've been able to go through, the videos that I've been able to go through, the Discord is like a social media app. Is it not?
Yes,
is it like
yes. It is a social media application. In fact, it was actually initially for gamers. It was for gamers, but now it has more functions that has made other people begin to look into it. Okay, it now has a feature that, and please mute yourself, okay. It has a feature that allows people to create a community. It has a feature that allows people to have live stream, and so on and so forth. So you see, this is a Discord bot game developer. This is the kind of thing I'm looking for to encouraging you to get. Let's see if we can find anyone around here. Let's see if we can find anyone. Okay, look at this. Hi, we are looking for some new virtual assistant to take on NFT whitelisting job for us. How it works: you enter a NFT Discord. You see, enter a NFT Discord, and to do this, you need to have signed up on a Discord. Enter an NFT Discord and find the requirements needed to get whitelisted. You perform the task in the Discord. All these things are with your phone, not even your laptop. Okay, even though you can do it with your laptop, you can actually do it with your phone. You perform the task in the Discord, and sometimes on social media account like Twitter, which we will organize for you. Get whitelisted and notify us. Okay, and so on and so forth. This is this for that. Let's see if there are others. Aha, look at this. Community growth, Discord and Twitter. Hi, we are looking for someone who can get us access to large scale worldwide visible to promote not even this. Let's see. We are looking. This is the kind of job I was talking about. We are looking for a community manager to help us out to support and moderate our communities on Discord. If you are interested in this role, please contact me on Telegram. Okay, even though I have things that I will later see on this kind of jobs with zero spending and the rest of them, but for now I just need you to understand that there are jobs that you can actually do on Discord that does not require you to have a laptop. Another kind of job that you can actually do without a laptop are jobs that basically require you to chat. Jobs that are just chatting jobs. You can actually do them with your phone. Okay. Other jobs include telemarketing jobs, where all you need to be doing is to be making phone calls. Telemarketing. Okay. All you be doing is making phone calls. Sorry, I'm typing. making phone calls to and fro. Those kind of jobs you don't necessarily need a laptop. Okay, if you look at them, telemarketer to call gas stations. All you'll be doing is just to call gas stations. Experience calling gas stations and see stores preferred. We are offering Bitcoin ATM machines to these stores and we pay them just for hosting the machine. You see? So all you'll be doing is just to make calls. Okay? Generate leads, make calls, and so on and so forth. So for me, I would say if you are without a laptop, take your time to study Discord and get a good grasp of it, and then with it launch your freelancing career. Once you do your first 2 weeks of Discord job, the money you get from it is enough to get yourself a laptop. It's that easy.
Okay, that also means that we have to install Discord, right?
You have to do what?
We have to install it, like as an activate account.
Yes, you can do all that with your phone. The same way you signed up on Facebook, that's how you sign up on Discord. Is that understood? Any other question?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for attending this live training. Please remind me in case I forget. Remind me to post all those things I said I was going to post. Immediately after now, I will try to send the template of my CV to the group so that you can all begin to craft your CV, so that from tomorrow we'll look into creating an Upwork account. So until then, thank you once again for joining and see you at the other side. Good night.